As an educational representative for the Thompson School District in Loveland, Colorado, I visit over a dozen schools every week. This gives me a unique perspective as to the everyday trials and triumphs of the teachers in those schools. I'm Drew Holmes, owner of Boomer Music Company. Come with me as I show you the view from the road. Well, greetings and welcome to the view from the road. I always talk about the weather, and today's no different. It's glorious, it's wonderful, and it's about to get really hot. So spring was brief, as always, here in Colorado, but summer is taking hold, and we're on summer break. And this is week 2 of summer break in earnest, but I'm still out here on the road. I got a couple things that I'm doing today. The first one is something I've talked about before. I've got a delivery to make to a high school that is doing their band camp, and they desperately need these instruments, so I'm happy to do that and on my way for that. But then also we are in the midst of probably the highest volume of rental returns that I've ever seen since owning the store, and that's both a good and a bad thing, but it means that we had a lot of instruments out there and a lot of kids that were participating. So the other place that I'm heading to is to one of our off-site storage locations just to make room. We just don't have space for everything at the store. I mean, it's one of those weird things, if you conceive of it, that if every single instrument we had out on rent came back at the exact same time, we wouldn't have anywhere to put it all. I mean, there's just no way. It's like barrels on highways for work zones. I always joke that with 287 back in New Jersey, that when they finished fixing the road, that they then just went back and started over again because they didn't have anywhere to put the barrels. That's a similar situation to what we have here with all these instruments, especially the bigger ones that have come back. So we're processing the rental returns as they come in, and then the shop needs to look at them. That's the other thing that we do with this. I don't know if everyone realizes, when an instrument is returned from rent, we need to get it back into shape to rent out again. So that means with string instruments that we clean them, we check the strings, we look for cracks, we look for open seams, all of that kind of stuff. But then and then we fix that, replace cases, rehair bows, and get everything clean, get the rosin off, get the tapes off, get everything the way that it needs to be before we then put it back on the shelf to rent out, because these instruments have been used for a school year. We want to make sure that they're in the same shape going out that they were for the last student that used them. And then the band instruments, it's the same way. We do cleanings on the brass and woodwind instruments. We need to check pads for leaks. We need to get out minor dents. All of that stuff, sanitize things, especially mouthpieces. We need to sanitize those and seal that all up. So the returns are one aspect of it. We need to process that, but then we only have a couple months to really turn over all of that stuff and get it ready to rent out again. So that's what we run into if you've been coming in the shop looking for some repairs right now. I know that we've been kind of pushing people off for a few weeks, if not a couple months, and that's because right now, as I've mentioned before on these videos, we're getting school repairs done before the end of the school fiscal year, which is in just a couple weeks. Then we need to get all the rental stock ready. We've done some getting ready for summer music, but then as we head into the fall, we need to do so much more. So we need to get those instruments in shape, just like I was describing, cleaned up, fixed up, ready to rent out again for the fall, because as far as the business side of things go, give you a little peek behind the curtain. If we miss out on renting an instrument in the fall, it potentially sits on our shelf for an entire year, and that's no good. It doesn't help out anybody. So it's crucial these next couple months that our repair shop is rocking and rolling and doing what they do and just putting in the extra hours to get everything into shape, because then we have instruments to rent out in the fall, and then we have kids that have instruments, which in the end is the actual goal. So busy day as always. That's your view from the road. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, share, subscribe. Check out some of the other videos in the channel, because we've got some really great content in there, especially if you're still on the fence about renting an instrument. We've got the instrument exploration videos, and then come on into the store and try them out. And you do that, we will see you next time. Thank you for riding along and seeing the view from the road. If you liked this video, please share it with a friend. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, and you will never miss a new video. I'm Drew Holmes, owner of Boomer Music Company and educational representative for the Thompson School District in Loveland, Colorado. Thanks for watching.